Rolling.
Rolling.
Okay, speed. Awesome. Hi.
Hi,
Why don't you tell me your name and your position here at the company?
my name's Heather Hohorst, and my position here is I'm a service coordinator,
So we had a buzz. So can we
scheduling coordinator.
silence our phones?
I might have
Anything
to-
I would just leave that on the ground or something. Put it where it won't buzz on the desk.
in the shred
Steady.
bin.
It'll probably buzz there too.
It's on a bunch of paper, so
Somebody
it won't be
cut.
as bad.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay,
Okay.
but hold on. What is my? I think didn't my thing just change? Scheduling coordinator.
Scheduling coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we both know. So.
It just like changed a little. So
Hold on. Let me find out what I am. Let me go look it up. So again, why
boy.
don't you tell me? Big smile. Your name and what you do here for Salters.
my name is Heather Hohorst, and my voice is cracking.
All right.
This is gonna take
Third
forever.
Third time's a charm.
Okay, are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay. My name is Heather Hohorst, and I'm a service coordinator here at Salters Fireplace.
We're gonna do it a
That
fourth
sounds
time.
terrible.
You got this.
We're gonna do it
You're a
for a
schedule
fourth time.
coordinator, not a...
Well, it was.
So-
it
What
was
am I?
It was the
What's my
motorcycle.
position? What's my position here?
Schedule coordinator.
Am I don't know. I'm a service
Just say it.
coordinator, scheduling coordinator. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Heather Hohorst, and I am a scheduling coordinator.
That was great.
You're like, tone it down.
Yeah, we can make it normal.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, my name is Heather Hohorst, and I'm a scheduling coordinator.
Cool.
Is that better?
Sure.
Okay.
How long have you been at Salters?
I just passed my 1-year mark here at Salters.
Okay. So you've been here for a whole year.
I've been here for 1 whole year.
What were you doing before that?
I was a nurse for over 10 years.
And you switched careers because.
I switched careers because I was a nurse for over 10 years and it was just very stressful. And through the pandemic, I felt like I needed to open the door to something else. So
Okay. So you landed at Salters.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I landed at Salters because I was deciding to further my career in business. I had somewhat of an inkling to pursue business, so I started school for that. And there was an opening here, which I thought would be really good for me to get into.
Okay. And what do you do now?
I'm a scheduling coordinator, so I schedule service for our spa division, and I also schedule deliveries for outdoor patio furniture, and I also schedule installs for gas inserts as well as site inspections.
Okay. That sounds like a job. Now, everyone's got a job, right? And you gotta do your job. But there's parts to every job that's like, yeah, this is why I'm excited to come in today. You get to see your friend eating meatloaf next to you.
Love it.
What are the parts that actually, the good parts?
So the good parts about working here at Salters is that there's a lot of flexibility with scheduling, especially because I do have a daughter, and they're great about things of that nature. If something comes up, everybody's always willing to step in and work as a team and cover me if need be. Also, it's just a great environment with the other people that I work with in the office.
Okay. So you like the people and there's a work-life balance.
Yes.
Okay. So in comparison to a previous career of yours, why don't you give me some insight, some story or anything, so maybe some day-to-day that shows me what that work-life balance looks like, that flexibility.
So like an example?
Yeah, sure.
You want an example?
That'd be great.
Or a comparison too, right?
Either one.
Okay.
We can go from there.
So I can recall a moment in time when I was in my nursing career and I was in jeopardy of losing my job or being in trouble because I would have to take off because of my daughter or because of weather or something like that. Whereas if I run into one of those issues in this business and with Salters, there's a lot more flexibility around those things, and I don't feel as if I'm going to lose my job over it. There's really, the work-life balance here is so important, and they really do allow you to have that. So I feel like I'm doing a really bad job at doing a comparison and an explanation.
I really loved how you
I was
started.
trying to
How you
compare the
started
two.
that was really good.
Okay.
The pace and everything. So, what is it that this place does that allows you to feel that way? Why do you feel that that you're not going to lose your job?
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. The stress levels are down, and you know what? If I gotta go home at 12:30 on a Tuesday, I can for the kiddo.
Mm-hmm.
What about it here does that?
I'm trying to think of a
It's okay.
good way of saying it so I don't trip over my words.
That's fine.
The less editing you have to do. Right? Just give me a second.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
keep
and
my
you know
track of
what?
thought,
It's
but I'm
funny.
also getting hot.
You know what's well, that's because you're getting nervous. You know, it's
Yeah.
funny when you're sitting there and then people are looking at you and stuff, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta think of a thing. I gotta think of a thing."
Well, I wanna-
Nothing ever comes.
No, and I want to. I'm like blank, but I want to give a good answer because this is like
Well, let's go back to it. Because
so.
that work-life balance thing, I think, has been
Well, that's one of the
a
most.
theme throughout everyone
yeah.
I'm talking to here.
It's the most important thing to me. I mean, it's a majority of the reason why I had to switch careers in general was for that. Being in the nursing field for so long, my daughter's 4 now, I didn't have that responsibility all those 10 years. So it was like once I started creating a family, I started realizing that that career was no longer serving me. So coming somewhere like Salters and they give you that work-life balance is so important for me to have, in this career that I choose for business. So being here and having those opportunities allow for me to go home and not be stressed out. I know if something happens with my family that I will be able to be there for them. And it allows me to just perform at work better because it's just overall de-stresses my life, work, home, everything. Again, work-life balance.
Okay. So you feel as if that this place affords you the opportunity to do whatever you got to do at home. It puts your home life first.
I would say it allows me to put my home life first. Because I feel like if that is settled before I come in here, I don't have to bring stress into work and I don't go home with it either. So, yeah, I would definitely say that.
So your answer was good. I'm going to try and get it to be concise. So, why is Salter's work-life balance important to you?
Salter's work-life balance is important to me because my family is everything to me. If I don't have them, I don't have the desire to come to work. I don't have the desire to be here. They make me want to be here and want to do better in my life.
Crushed it.
'Kay.
That's excellent. What a good human answer, right? And I hope that's exactly how you truly feel.
It is.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you. Okay, so you're going to school.
I am going to school.
Yeah? Tell me about that.
So right now, I'm taking classes towards my business administration degree. I go to Montgomery County Community College, and I'm taking calculus and business software.
Nerd.
Didn't say I was good at it. So there's a lot of early mornings and late nights.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what does your normal day look like? Having work, having school, having your daughter, having a life. What do your days look like?
My my day-to-day requires a lot of time management skills. So getting up in the morning, I try to at least spend every day taking 15 minutes in the morning just to myself. No noise. Coffee, quiet. If I choose to go throw in a load of laundry in the morning, then so be it, but it's just my time. And then I get ready, get my daughter ready, give my husband coffee, take her to school, drive here, usually listen to some kind of podcast or audible book on the way here instead of radio noise. It lets me zen before I come in and do customer service. Because that's always sometimes a struggle. Not every day, but customer service is not always easy. But it does help me be able to service my customers better if I am in a better mental state of mind and have clarity in the morning. So I try to just be stress-free in the mornings, get here, and really what I do throughout the day depends on the amount of requests that I get coming in for variation of jobs, because I do handle a multitude of different things here. So I can go from talking about spas with a customer to scheduling something for a fireplace. So it's kind of a couple different hats that I wear.
Okay. Left side of the face here.
Left.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you do when you get home?
When I get home? So when I get home, first I go pick my daughter up every day from school. And then when we get home, I try to do at least 15 minutes of homework with her. Whatever she can handle. She's only 4, so
Not
it's
quite
kind
calculus yet.
it's not calculus. Yeah, it's whatever she can handle that day, and then we'll move on to something, whether it's arts and crafts or if she wants to watch a movie. And then I prepare dinner or my husband prepares dinner. So, and then we have family time.
What does family time look like?
We eat dinner together every night at the table. And if we're lazy, sometimes we'll eat in the living room, but we're still together. And then we all just kind of hang out with each other. Usually tickle parties with my daughter. So, and then it's bedtime. And then I'll have quiet time.
So I want to go back to school for a second, because you're doing all these things, but you still have a job. I mean, there are people that's their job, just school.
Yeah.
And then partying probably, but those days are done.
Mm-hmm. They were long gone.
So how do you have that much time to be going to school, taking calculus, coming to work here, dealing with customers, then time with the family?
So, to be honest, I really don't have that much time. Like I said, it's all about time management. And sometimes I have to choose me time over school time. It's really dependent upon, what I can handle at that moment. So I know that maybe I might not be able to invest myself in calculus right now, so I need to go do something else that's more productive. So
Why are you going to school?
I'm going to school so that I can, I did nursing for so long, and I thought that a business administration degree would be a good opportunity to have, flexibility in what I would want to do in business. It's not really pinpointing exactly one thing in particular.
Okay.
It would give me a broad range of opportunity.
Okay. Fair enough. So, if your daughter were to describe what you do for a living, what would she say?
If my daughter was to describe what I do for a living, she would say that I call a lot of people. I'm on the phone all day. Probably.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the phone a lot. Is she right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's the majority of my day. Mm-hmm.
So to be on the phone all day, dealing with people, you mean you have to like people?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I wasn't going to put words in your mouth.
It's like, is he done with the question?
So, what is the most rewarding part of your job when you're working? I'm not talking about a paycheck. I'm not talking about work-life balance. What's the most rewarding part of the physical job that you get?
I'd say the most rewarding part of my job is when a customer's having an issue and I'm able to actually handle it and solve their problem. Not
Right.
just them needing something, but them actually having an issue and me being able to solve it.
Okay. Why is that important to you?
It's important to me because if somebody is requesting a service for something and having an issue, somebody within that company should be able to help them and solve their problem. And I guess I'm a problem solver.
Okay, you like problem solving?
I do.
Okay. So describe that. So I don't get people calling me saying, hey, I had a problem with, this part and this part and this part of the install or whatever. Describe to me what that feeling is like when somebody calls you, clearly unhappy, but then when they're done with you, they are happy again.
What does that feel like?
Yeah, describe that feeling to me.
So the feeling of being able to help somebody after they had a problem, for me, is a very calming feeling. It would allow me to feel like useful, resourceful, and needed, I suppose.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to exist if I didn't feel needed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned about AI for that reason.
Yeah, right. So inhumane. Mm-hmm.
So Salters allows you to satisfy that urge to be needed?
Of course. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I had something else and I lost it. And it's gone.
Forever in the wind.
1 second.
Am I answering these questions as directly as you would like?
Yes, but perfect.
Okay.
You're doing super well.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Good. No matter
Other
what,
questions?
I'm going to see myself and not like it anyway, so.
Oh, that's not true.
We'll see.
I might even put that in there. I like that kind of stuff. What you just said and then laughed. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. So yeah, a couple questions like this. So
Okay.
Somebody's thinking about why Salters? I mean, you can do what you're doing in other places, but why here?
So, Salters was brought up to me by a friend that actually got me the job here. And when her and I had a discussion, she was telling me about this place and how it would offer, the flexibility that I was looking for that we've previously spoken about. And, I was really just looking for an out from nursing, and it just seemed like a wonderful opportunity and a great place to start, leaving, a career that I'd known and was so comfortable with for so long to the unknown. And I'm really glad I chose it because it was one of the most welcoming, things in a very uncomfortable situation.
Okay. What were her selling points? You said her, right?
Jenna, what were your selling points?
A lot. It worked.
I'm trying to
Here you
remember.
are.
I'm trying to remember our conversation that day. We met at a Phillies game. That's how I met her.
Oh, you girls met at a Phillies game? That's fun.
Yeah.
Like through work?
We'll tell
guys
you.
at a
We'll
game?
tell you after this interview, but it's actually
Offline? That's
it's
an
actually
offline
pretty
game?
it's actually pretty funny. No, I could mention it here.
Yeah, you met somebody that works here. Tell me the story.
So I met somebody that worked here at a Phillies game. I was with my husband. We went to a Phillies game. Huge Phillies fan, and I met her in the club box suite. And she was with her husband, and they were having a date day. My husband and I were having a date day, and there was a mutual guy that actually knew my husband and knew her husband. So her and I were the only girls there at the time, and her and I just hit it off and began talking. And she's very career driven, so am I. But I was looking for an out from the career that I was currently in. And she was looking for someone to join her career that she's been invested in for so long. So we just really meshed well, and
Yeah, I do know. I do.
it aligned.
Perfect. And what were her selling points? Do you remember her selling points? Why work here and not somewhere else?
So, it was explained to me that it would be a very good place to start in the position that I was in. So, as a service coordinator, initially I was doing one thing, and now that I've been here for a year, I've already been able to work my way into navigating through other things. So growth was definitely a selling point. There's always things to learn, always room to grow. Just have to be motivated.
Okay. So just like a year ago or so, someone was telling you what this place has to offer. What would you tell somebody, maybe even in the same situation you were in, or what would you tell yourself? If you look yourself in the face a year ago and say, hey, I think you should do this because of X. What exactly would you say? What would you tell somebody, or what would you tell yourself?
I think I would tell myself, well, the person who first started out here is to just be patient, learn what you can, and there's always more to do. There's always places where you can help, and there's always somewhere that you'll be able to fit in. I don't mean that in a social sense. I mean just there's a lot of different avenues of this business that you can take, whether it's administrative, sales, things of that nature. And I find myself comfortable behind the scenes. I don't consider myself more of a salesperson, but I guess I would tell myself to really just be patient, and there's room for growth, so you can figure out what you want to do. You don't have to know as soon as you walk in the door.
Okay. Yeah, so somebody looking for something, they're looking for maybe a good company, not even necessarily don't know what they want to do. That's what you would tell them?
I would. I think I would tell them that Salters is definitely open to being patient with their employees and making sure that they're comfortable within what they do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, just keep checking that red dot.
If it goes off, what do you want me to do?
Let me know.
Is it the red dot by where Cannon is?
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to keep an eye out too,
He's got
guys.
it.
Yeah, I got it.
He's got it. Okay.
Hold on. She's not focused.
No.
It is blurry when we turn.
I'm
it
trying to
on.
be focused. I'm just hungry, you know? Thanks. I'm glad somebody giggled at me.
Could you have a look right
Yeah.
here for me?
Yep.
Thank you. Sometimes they're a little wonky. Okay. All right. Okay, so I want to kind of. We did really good with the work-life balance. I'd like to go back to your favorite parts of the job. So, quite simply, what's your favorite part of this job?
My favorite part of this job would be the lack of stress that I take home with me every day. In comparison,
Oh, that's a great answer. Period. That's a
Yeah.
great answer. Yeah. I mean, sometimes there were parts in my career that I was like looking for that, craving the pressure. Not so much anymore. I would assume you can relate.
yes.
So, what about Salters allows you to say, we're good? Like, the place isn't going to burn down even though it's got nothing but fireplaces in it? That was a good dad joke.
Yeah, good job. It's great, actually. So, can you ask me the question again?
So, yeah, I sure can.
Sorry.
So, what is it about Salters that allows you to feel why do you not feel stressed working at Salters?
I don't feel stressed working here because I think from past jobs that I've had, a lot of it's comparison, if I'm being honest. So the past jobs that I've had have been so incredibly stressful with the workload that I had, whereas here, I feel like I just am able to manage everything that is on my plate better than I could before.
Okay. So if somebody is looking for a less stressful career, even if they're moving parallel, say somebody's in sales doing over here, but they're looking for another place, what would you say about this place that allows for a different perspective on their career?
I would say that Salters allows for a different perspective because, don't get me wrong, there's some days that can be stressful. I think in any form of, customer service, you're going to deal with stress. But I think for me, individually, it really depends on the people that I work with. They make it fun. If we can laugh, it just alleviates maybe somebody that I just spoke to that wasn't so happy. So, it's just, I think the people here just make it a really good work environment.
That was a great answer. And I could tell you meant it.
Yeah.
That was very, very good. Cool.
I could hear like music.
Yeah. There's some music playing over here. I mean,
I can't really hear it, but I heard like just hear it.
do you know who's, it sounds like
I don't
it's-
even know how, does Scott turn that on?
And the bass is pretty intense.
Where is it? It's coming from
It's
your
coming
house.
from like maybe.
Yeah.
down.
Maybe like
or-
a shop. You guys have a
I
shop
think
over there?
Scott turns it on in the morning, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, I think it's the warehouse guy.
Yeah, there's going to be some level of ambient, like we're in
Yeah.
someone else's working environment, right?
If I didn't know the music would definitely be.
Yeah, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Mm.
It
I
stopped.
should have did that before. Oh, well.
What?
Cut the music.
I don't even know if it was on the whole time.
I think it
Nah,
was.
It just turned on for this
Oh,
second
really?
part, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I started.
I didn't notice it before.
I heard the bass. I'm like,
What's going on here?
you heard that?
Okay, let's keep going. So
Okay.
that last answer was excellent. That's
Great.
the kind of stuff I want, and I won't even use like the templated when you're repeating my answer and like, oh well, it Salters, I think, like that kind of stuff I won't use. The stuff when you go, you know what, to be honest with you,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the stuff I'm going
Yep.
to use.
Okay.
So if you could, and you can follow up with this, but describe your place of work, Salters, in one word.
Wow, I don't know. One word. That's tough.
It is tough.
It's kind of a loaded question for such a simple one word
Yeah.
answer.
Could be a could be a hyphenated word.
Okay, well. I feel like it shouldn't take me this long to think of a word.
So I think both of the other people said this. It's a little cheesy, but I think both of them said family. Now, I know literally the
I mean-
younger man, his wife's
Yeah, there's a lot
So, like,
of
literally
connection
family.
there. Yeah, yeah, literally. I don't want to say the same exact thing. I mean,
No.
I guess I could say that I do feel like we're all one big family, but it's also like, I don't want to say that just because you put it in my head. So maybe you can help me out with this. So things that come to my mind, and I'll say more than one word, and maybe you can help me
Yeah, I
pick
can-
a word.
That's fine. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm usually like happy and vibrant when I'm here.
Okay.
You know, feedback that I get is that I add like a happy vibe, if you will, to the office. So that's what it
Yeah.
makes me. It makes me feel like happy when I'm here,
Interesting.
and it's simplistic for me. It's not. I don't make it complex.
Yeah, so describe this place's environment. Like for somebody that, you know, myself, I've gotten to know some of the people. I've come a few times, but for someone that's never been here, what is the environment?
A lot of us are pretty laid back. You know, most of us are happy. I should say,
I
you
hope
know,
so.
if they're not, they're probably dealing with something rough at the moment. But, you know, mostly everybody here is just, you know, willing to help one another out. And I think when you have a good, solid frame of teamwork, you know, it just creates for a good environment for all of us. So most of the time we're laughing or, you know,
I've noticed that,
having a good time while we work.
which is incredibly important because, and I have seen places that's like, no, it's work and the people aren't really all that close and stuff like that. And it really, really does matter, at least to me, when, you know, you can talk to somebody and you actually want to go and get drinks with them on a, you know, when you're not working.
Right.
So the people. You did mention before that one of your favorite parts about working here were the people. Can you elaborate why?
I think everybody that works here at Salters brings their own little addition to the table. You know, it's like if you're thinking of it as like we're all getting together and having like one huge dinner as a family, which is what I do every night with my own family. It's like everybody brings something, right? It's like a potluck. And it's just like a fantastic time. If that's how I can describe it, if I'm using some type of like an analogy.
That was excellent until you went with that describing why you felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. That's a great answer. I think that's phenomenal.
Okay.
It is like a potluck. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
brings their own like unique attitude and things like that. And,
Yeah.
and it changes.
Just
the
makes for a good
dynamic.
time.
Every time somebody comes in, it
Mhm.
changes the dynamic a little bit. And the dynamic here is, I mean, I like it every time. Everyone's smiling and hi.
Mm-hmm. It's not like that all the time, but
No,
For the
and
most
it never
part.
can be. Yeah.
I think I
weird if
keep
it-
doing this a lot, so yell at me if I keep moving my
No,
chair.
it's okay. As long
Okay.
as like
You don't move from the.
yeah,
I think it's natural.
yeah. As long as you're yeah. You'll thank yourself later if you're sitting up. Okay. So our actions communicate everything, right? What we actually do. You can tell your daughter one thing, but if you do something else. So what do your actions about the place that you chose to work, right? You've been here a year. You probably have options, but you choose to stay here. What is it that you are teaching your daughter through your actions?
I would say that I'm teaching my daughter to follow happiness. Don't follow money. Don't follow what other people want you to do. Follow what is going to make you happy at the end of the day. Might sound cheesy, but it is so true because I followed those other things for so long and it landed me here, which is great, but I had to go through a lot to get there.
It does sound cheesy, but it is absolutely, absolutely true. It is.
Yeah.
I fully agree. Okay. So somebody is considering another place. They're interviewing at other places. It's a good candidate. It's definitely a workers' market, right? A lot of. They're considering other places and here. What would you tell them? And I don't mean sell them on coming here. What would you actually tell somebody who's like, I'm thinking about here and I'm thinking about here?
I would tell them that there's definitely a lot of different avenues that they can take here, that they could start here doing one thing and end up doing another. There's definitely room to grow. There's, that work-life balance we talked about. There's flexibility.
Yeah, you've mentioned room to grow a few times.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really hit on that intentionally. So what is it like? Why is there room to grow? It's not a big company. What, 50 people?
Right. Yeah, I think there's a little over 50 now.
Okay.
I want to say when I started, I think there was 40 something. But I should say for me, the growth started because when I began, I was, hired for like pool and spa service. Well, now we no longer do pools anymore. So I was able to integrate into doing fireplace things as well. So to cover for that lack of the pool division that we had. So, it was able to teach me different things that I didn't even know that I would be doing. So even within like 6 months of beginning, it was a lot changed.
Okay. Yeah, so this place, there's a lot of room for variability.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You may not want that kind of. You may not want to learn about that or, and I had mentioned the word motivation before. If you're motivated and you want to learn, it's there for you. So.
That's a great line. I love that. Okay. Coming towards the end here, I'm going to just ask, is there anything that you wanted to add? You don't have to. It doesn't have to be like hold on, I'll do it because you asked me to.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, no.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're in this great big weird thing that we're just experiencing existence. What is important to you? What are you getting out of your life? What is the point?
Happiness. Living a actual happy life, not just living, but living happily.
Perfect. And I agree. I'm like right there with you. That's the point for me too. Okay. Did you have anything? All right. That's it. We're done.
Okay.
Cut.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more time for good measure.
All right. We're good?
What's your name? Your title? How long are you working here?
My name's Justin Taylor. I've been working here for 8 months, and my title is a fireplace installation apprentice.
Okay. Cool. All right, let's actually chat here. So, tell me what your favorite part of the job is.
My favorite part would have to be just getting out there, getting to talk to people, getting to know a bunch of different types of people, learn all about what they do, go to different areas, travel, see a bunch of cool houses, different types of construction, get to work with electrical, plumbing, carpentry, a little bit of stonework.
Okay. So that diversity is what makes you excited while you wake up in the morning? Like what is it that's so deeply passionate that's like you're like, yeah, this is exciting. I can do this.
I don't know. It's not, I wouldn't say it's that deeply passionate.
Okay.
I don't know, it's a good thing to say.
Doesn't have to be
Just-
like that. So like, you know, I really like talking to people. You know,
Mhm.
this is fun for me. So I get to actually. When I was 5 years old, I used to tell people, you know, I don't want to be a firefighter. I don't want to do that. I want to do everything, and I feel like in my job, I get to literally do everything. I get to see what people do.
Yeah.
You know, so for you, what is interesting enough about this that you're like, yeah, man, I wake up early, come into work, and I have a good time.
I guess it would have to be diversity, because it's not ever the same thing I'm working with every day. Like, I'm not putting in the same fireplace every day. I'm not framing up stuff the same every day. I'm not, like, it's always like just mixing it up. I can be doing stonework one day, laying down marble or something, or I could be framing up a chase, or I could be running gas line, or a whole bunch of different things. It's never, I like it.
It's not boring.
No, not at all.
Cool. Keeps you moving. I like it. Okay. So, so when you talk to the customers, what do they say about your work specifically?
My work specifically?
Yeah. Like, what did the person say to you today when you were done?
Well, it's not really. So since I'm a helper, they don't really talk about me much. It's more about, like, all the credit would have to go to the guy I'm working with. But we work well as a team, so they do like what we do. They see that we're very professional and we protect their houses, and so a lot of times they're thankful that we protect their house. They're thankful that we take time to do things that maybe other people wouldn't do, and we just make the fireplaces look good and clean up after ourselves. So we're always really thankful for that.
Cool. So you take pride in what you do. I mean, it sounds like you
Mhm.
really respect like the work of itself.
Yeah, because we're going into people's houses, and most of the time it's really nice houses. So you don't want to mess anything up. You want to treat them good, so that hopefully they can spread the word and we could get more customers and keep on going. That's how we get a lot of customers, is through word. Just like not too long ago, we did one job in a neighborhood, all new houses, but they didn't put fireplaces in them when they built them.
No?
So we came out and built them like a bump in the room, built them a fireplace, and had it hit it all, and it looks like it was there when they bought the house, and they had a party shortly after, and we got 2 or 3 more jobs from that in the same neighborhood, same houses.
Yep, that's right. Good work.
Mhm.
Gets more people.
Yeah.
That's right. Cool. Is there a story that, like, if you were to tell a buddy of yours, you're getting a drink with somebody, or you're hanging out, you're telling your uncle, is there one story in particular that stands out that hey, listen, Uncle Steve, I gotta tell you about this time when. Is there a story that you have from working that's like stands out to you?
I really don't think so. Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard stories from other people, but like, I don't know. Nothing good. Nothing for the video. People falling off roofs and
Oh my.
just finding other stuff that contractors do that we have to fix. Because when we open up walls, so we see stuff inside that is hidden from the customer, from the homeowner, like it's in their house. So a lot of times we'll find sketchy stuff and make it right.
Good. That's what you should do.
Yes. Yep.
So you've mentioned your coworkers a couple times now. So you like the people you work with?
Yeah, I do. I've had a lot of jobs since I started working when I was 18. I've had a lot of jobs from then until now. I'm 22 now. And I've never worked with a company. I've never worked around people that were as nice and friendly and family-like as here. It's a really good family atmosphere.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, you're like, do you hang out with anyone after work?
No, I just mostly go home to my
Yeah.
wife.
And sleep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I noticed that you mentioned that a couple times. So it sounds like that's one of your favorite parts of the job is the people that you work with.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Okay, so if you could use one word, how would you describe Salters in one single word?
I would say caring. Probably caring, yeah. Not only if you work for the company do they care for you above and beyond other people, but we care about the customers. We care that they're happy. We don't stop working until they're happy. We a lot of times go out of our way to accommodate for other people. So just because we care about them. Care about not only customers, not only employees, but like contractors, or just whoever we're working for. Yeah.
That's a great quote. It's excellent. Yeah, caring. That's a good one. Okay, so so you mentioned that you had a bunch of jobs.
Yes.
You had a bunch of jobs up until now. So, but you've been here for 8 months.
Yeah.
And you've had that many jobs in just 4 years, but now you've been here almost a year.
Mm.
What keeps you here versus looking for work elsewhere?
I would say that what keeps me here is the family atmosphere, the fact that they care about us, they take good care of us, and they want to teach us. We learn a lot here. Every day is a learning lesson. So I don't want to go anywhere else because they probably won't teach me as well.
Nice. Good. That's great.
Yeah, I've had a lot of jobs where they don't care. They see in my position as like a helper and apprentice, they see them more as a tool, not so much as a thing that they can teach and turn into an asset.
That's a great point. I agree. I've seen that a lot of places.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, hey, if you treat people like people, it's going to be great for everyone.
Yeah.
So, when you go home, you said you have a wife?
Hmm.
You
Just
know-
got married.
Hey,
Couple
congratulations.
like a month ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Where'd you get married?
At our church in Pottstown.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice. So when you go home to your wife, and you guys talk about work, good and bad,
Mhm.
what do you tell her?
Mostly, it's kind of just like funny stories of like of what I see during the day or like what I did, and she gets scared sometimes because I'm up on high roofs or got to climb ladders and stuff. But it's all good stuff. I just try to tell her about fireplaces. She doesn't care about fireplaces, but she likes the heat that comes from them. She always says that. But
So what's that like? I mean, you know, like sometimes I question, you know, how much good am I doing? But you can see, you specifically, when you're done a job, can see what you made, and then you know that they are going to get use out of it and that they are happy. What emotion comes with that, knowing, wow, what I just did is going to be useful?
I think it's kind of like pride when you come into someone's house and you can change it into something that they like and they want to show off. It's not like the fireplaces are kind of appliances, but it's not a stove, it's not a water heater. Those guys, when they come in, they just put it there, hook it up and leave. We come in and there's like an artistic value to it. So it's really cool to make the customers happy and want to show that off to people. They want to post it on social media, or they want to throw parties after we're there and show off their new fireplace, and it's cool.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I like that. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
You do something and you're done, and you're like, okay, people are respect it and get use out of it, and I think it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your home life a little bit.
Hmm?
What are you doing when you're not working?
I go fishing a lot. My wife likes to fish with me. We just go to like ponds or the creeks around here and go in. Sometimes we'll go swimming and fishing at the same time, because on hot days, you know, we'll travel a lot. We go all over the place. The beach, the mountains. We go hiking. We go to church a lot on Thursdays and Sundays, and they always have groups. They always have like, I don't know, outgoings. I don't know what to say.
Me neither. I'm not one with words.
Yeah. Basically, they go on trips too, and we go with them all the time. So
Cool.
that's pretty much it. It's laid back life after work.
Nice. So that work-life balance is, you're striking a really strong work-life
Oh yeah,
balance.
it's very strong. My last job, I was working a lot, and it was kind of I was long distance with my, at the time, girlfriend, but I was working a lot, and it was still taking a toll. And it was nice to be able to come here, move here, see her every day after work for a long time, and just get to spend quality time with her and get to do things after work and not get out when the sun's down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that? So I guess it's helped your relationship now that you have a little bit more time to yourself, and you know, you're not worried about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Kiddos on the way?
No, not
Too
yet.
Young?
Yeah, too young.
Too young is right. So, well, I guess I did ask you about your wife. So, I guess tell me about your daily routine, your morning routine, and then when you get home, you know, we'll talk about work. I know every day's different, but what's a typical day look like for you?
Typical day would be coming to work at 7, getting here, grabbing the keys for the truck, checking the schedule, see what we're doing, pulling the truck up to the garage door. We have a list that we print out of everything that we're going to take to a job. So Scott is our warehouse guy. He usually puts everything like all bunched up. So I take it, put it in the truck, check everything off, make sure everything's good, and then I go out with one other guy, and we drive sometimes an hour, sometimes less, right up the street. And we go there. Can we start over, I guess?
Yeah. No, I mean it's easy. It's easy for me to cut anywhere. So
Yeah.
And also, tell me about I'm not just asking about the job. Tell me about when you're at home.
Oh, like when I wake up?
Yeah. Do you not
Okay.
brush your teeth? You don't
So
need to tell me everything. Okay?
no, I know. So wake up in the morning, make breakfast with the wife. We actually have the same schedule, so we both leave for work at the same time. I come to work, get the keys for the truck, print out a list of everything we'll need for the day, load it up in the truck, drive to the job, do the job. Sometimes it's usually till about 2 or 3. Get back, clean out the truck for the next day so it's clean when I come in, and then go home, see the wife.
Yeah. What do you guys do? You guys watch Netflix? What do you do at home?
So usually we get home and it's like chores, cleaning up, and then cooking dinner, and then going to sleep because I'm exhausted by that time.
What are you going to bed at like 9 o'clock? Are you sure you're 22?
Yeah, we do go to bed at 9 o'clock.
What time do you wake up?
5:30.
Early. Early.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Water break. And then cups for the soda if anybody needs it.
So I guess I will just kind of riff a couple here. Those are the ones I wanted to definitely cover. I want to actually Nick, get cover, so just go ahead and look at me again.
Hmm?
All right, so let's start. So what advice would you tell somebody, or what would you tell somebody that was considering?
Yeah.
What would you tell somebody considering working at Salters? What would you tell them?
All right, hold on. Let me think.
Yeah. Take your time. And rephrase my question to say, if somebody was considering working here,
Yeah.
somebody was considering working at Salters.
I've had people consider working here, and I've talked to them. I'm just trying to remember like
Oh, yeah,
what I
what
told
advice
them.
did you give them?
Yeah.
And phrase the story that way.
Yes.
I've had people ask me about working here, and I said,
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. So, just whenever. So I've had people ask me about working here before, and I always tell them the same thing, that for sure they should apply. It's always really fun. It's a really great atmosphere to work here. Great benefits. I don't know. I feel like that was crappy.
I don't feel like I would be sold. I'd be like, are you sure?
It's always different when people like get me up off the street or whatever. Like I've had friends ask me if they want to work here, or like I've had friends
like your
ask me
friends?
about working here. Yeah, and I'll tell them I can't remember. It's
What's their name?
Pern. I had this guy Pern apply here.
So you said Yo Pern.
Yo.
Yo Pern.
Yep.
Listen, this place is. Yeah, you need a job.
Mhm.
They're looking for hard workers.
Yep. You get to learn all about the trades, all of them, all the
Yeah,
trades.
No, get into that a little bit because that is valuable to people. Like if somebody is willing to work and a hard worker, like places want that. And
Yeah.
people want to like learn. So if that meets itself, it actually is good.
Hmm. That's why I wanted to work here, was because I knew that I could learn all about. You could learn a little bit about electrical, a little bit about plumbing, framing, stonework, all of it, because it's all in the fireplace.
Yeah. So it's like really expanded and made your like skill set dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. Because before this, I worked with wood in my free time, not anything like crazy, but and I worked on cars, so that was about it. And then I could come here and learn about construction trades, which was really cool, because then I can use that. I can use that when I'm for the rest of my life anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, especially when you got to fix the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wife says, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah.
So you got some skills. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when talking to other people, like, and you're not trying to sell them, why would they choose this place over somewhere else? Like just being honest, you're not like, well, here's a selling point and here's another selling point, but why did you? I mean, you knew what you were getting into, right?
Mhm.
You stayed.
Yeah.
So, why work here rather than at, some other stonemason or something?
Well, they just care about us here. Everybody's really friendly here. They want to teach you. They want to use you for the better and make you a better person in every way.
Yeah. Well, better be good people. People first. Okay, so I'm going to ask, this might be a little out of left field. I'm going to ask you a little bit more like deep questions.
Oh man.
So Is there a difference between passion and pride to you?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, what's the difference?
People can be passionate about something, but they're not really. They don't take pride in what they like. They don't take pride in what they do. They might just do it because they like to do it, and then they're like, well, it's only about it's only what I like, so I'm gonna make it as good as I would want it. Whereas pride, like if you have passion and pride, that's when you do really good work. You care about what other people think. You don't really care about, you know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It was good. It was good till the end.
No, it was good. It was good. It was, and that's the thing about this is I'll be able to just cut like the really, really exciting bits.
That's good.
So in that same vein, what's important in life? What's important to you?
Well, I'm a religious guy,
Okay.
so God's really important to me. I'm a Christian, so they happen to be a Christian company, which is good, and I think that's why they care about us so much, is because they want you to live a Christ life, but they're not like pushing it on you. They try to set good examples so that you can lead by them. They're good leaders here.
Great. Yeah, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, right?
Yeah.
That's how that goes. Cool. So, where do you see your career here going? Like, what do you want to accomplish here?
Well, since I'm just an apprentice right now, it'd be cool to go out on my own all the time and have my own helper and do my own work. And then way down the line, maybe run a team of installers, like my boss.
So, and I wanted to follow up that with, you get to see these examples of these people like your boss.
Mm.
What are the qualities that you see in them that you believe, and it can be qualities and things that maybe you would do differently, but what have you learned that you can apply in your life to say, all right, I can be better, I can do better here. Like that was great advice. What have you learned?
Oh, I don't know. How'd you come up with these questions?
I just came up with that one.
All right, what's the question?
So, what have you learned in working with these people that have more experience than you, more life experience than you?
Yeah.
Like where, because I like to pick things from people all the time. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing and why, and like I want to use that for myself.
Mm.
What have you picked up from working with the people here?
To just be more careful with things, I guess. When I first started working here, I broke a lot of things, but I could see that people were more gentle because they cared about people's property and cared about our own property, and just working hard. I see how hard all these guys work, all the people above me to make our business happen and make our customers happy. Just going above and beyond for them. And that's good.
Cool. All right. Well, that's actually all I got. So, do you have anything that you want to add? Anything you want to say? Anything that was important to you to get across?
I don't think so.
Other than get that pizza, right?
I guess.
All right. Let's get you cut. So, if you could start by telling me your name and your title.
Sure. So my name is Lisa, and my job title here at Salters is a sales specialist.
Okay. What do you do here at Salters?
So typically when a customer comes in, I'll greet the customer and then ask them what brought them into the store today, and go over the product they're looking for, whether it would be a fireplace or an outdoor product. Touch base on what it is they're looking for and help them with that.
Okay. Fair enough. So, with the stuff that you do for work, you just explained it to me. What's your favorite part of these activities?
I definitely say customer service. It goes a long way. I'm happy when the customer's happy, and I like when they come in and they're looking for something. They may come in for a certain product, and then I discuss other options and open a whole nother door for them. So they may be coming in for one thing but leave with something else they never even knew would be something that they could do. So I guess the main part of what I love doing here is customer service.
Yeah, you just told me that it makes you happy making them happy.
Definitely.
Where is that? Why?
It just puts a feeling in me to be able to know that I came in, I helped somebody. Here I am writing a quote up, I'm following up with the customer, and knowing that once we do install a wonderful fireplace with stone, just everything the customer asked for, and knowing that I did all of that just makes it pleasing to me as well as the customer.
Yeah. Have you always gotten satisfaction out of making other people happy?
Yes, 100%. I love just helping others, going the extra mile to be able to do what someone's looking for, and that I help them get there. So.
Alrighty. So, talking about customers, what do they typically say about what you do for them? Like when you get feedback from a customer, what do they say?
I'd say it would be customer service experience. So comments are, Lisa really did a great job. She explained the product to us in detail, went over how it operates, and always recommend, if you need a fireplace or something for your home, they always recommend Lisa because she has excellent customer service. So I'd say that's probably my top,
Okay.
how much I help them through the process.
Do you have a favorite quote of all time that you got from somebody? Some raving review?
I do, but that caught me off guard, to be honest. I can't think of right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe think about it a little bit.
I'll think about it and I'll get back to you. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, because you were telling me that it makes you happy because it gives you a feeling. For somebody that doesn't work in customer service like myself, I mean, this is what I do. I don't really ever get to see somebody like, oh wow. I mean, except when the video is done. But
Sure.
when you're working with somebody face to face and you're actually the whole process is getting done, try to explain that feeling of helping somebody reach an accomplishment.
Like the feeling, like from pretty much start to finish, like
Sure.
how I'm feeling through the process.
Sure.
I'll tell you, when I first started here at Salters, I was nervous. I was a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. Didn't work out in the field, and then here I came into Salters, and I was nervous, approaching people. How do I do that? What do I ask them? What are the right questions? But I'm here into 2.5 years, and I'm doing it, and I'm just getting more and more comfortable with everyone that comes in the door each day.
What gave you that confidence?
I would say the confidence is understanding and learning the product here. If you don't know what the product is, you're not going to be able to feel comfortable talking about it or selling it. So the more I learn about everything in this business, the more it helps me feel comfortable with who I'm talking to about what they need.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing with life, The more you know, the more comfortable you are.
Yes.
So, could you describe Salters to me in one word?
One word, huh?
One word.
Have
And
to
then I'll let
think.
you explain the word. But one word. If you were to tell, somebody just one word, you could just.
I'd say honesty.
Okay.
I'd say, Salters stands behind their word. We stand behind our work. We stand behind our technicians, our salespeople. I just have, the utmost respect working here because I know how honest we are here as a whole team. We help each other. We work together. If there's something I don't know and I ask somebody, they take the time out to explain it. I think it's important in a company to be able to know that you can lean on somebody that works in the field with you.
Yeah. And what does that give you? What kind of feeling does it give you that you are a part of this ecosystem of honesty?
Comfort to myself, knowing I work in a place where it's nothing but honesty, and also comfort to the customer, knowing that they can walk in, and if they leave with a product that I sell them and there's any issues along the way, call me. We'll work it out. We stand behind everything we do here. And I think that is wonderful. There's not a lot of businesses that have that type of intake on a business and what they do.
That truly mean it. Everyone
That
says
truly
they
mean
do.
it, yes, yeah. And it has, like, I've had repeat customers come in that I've sold like a stove to. They'll come back in the next year. Oh, we remember you. We worked with you. You know, you were excellent at what you did, and we're back. And I love that. And I think that's who we are because of the customer service, because of going the extra mile, because of the follow-ups. Hey, I installed your gas stove last year. I just wanted to follow up with you, see how everything is working. If there's anything else you need, remember we have outdoor products. We have spas. You know, if there's anything you need that's for outdoor, indoor here, we can help you with that. So keeping a relationship with a customer even after they walk out.
Is that who you are as a person?
I'd say so. I like to think so, right? I mean, so more about my family a little bit. I know there wasn't questions that were asked, but I do have 4 kids, and they range from the age of 5, 11, 13, and 17. So I have all these stretches of an age difference. And I'm trying to accommodate, everyone's on a different level. We have high school, middle school, elementary school. So I'm tackling after work, homework, helping them out with whatever struggles they're dealing with in school, going to games, being that mom that even though I work a 40-hour work week, I'm still going to every game that I can make, and just going the whole extra way, like home duties too, like being a mom. So my main purpose for working is for them. So it's nice to be able to work at a place that is also family-owned business, Christian business, understanding when there's issues that happen in life that we can't handle. You know, they help us here at Salters too with that.
What do your kids and family think of this place?
They love all the fireplaces. I have a wood stove, so I do have a stove here at the store that we do carry. But they love that I'm local to the area. If there's anything in school that goes on, I'm able to run there if I need to. And I'm like a stone throw away from where I live, so.
Yeah, so, I mean, you are a part of this community, and here it is, this company that's here in your community.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel even more a part of a whole here?
It does, yeah, and it make, like, Salters I consider is my family, and I say this is my home away from home here. Not only for all these wonderful fireplaces, but just the fact that I do live in the same town. My kids are in the district, and yeah, it's a home to me too.
Okay. Nadia,
If you want to repeat that last part.
could you just tell me about your experience here? What's it like living and working in the same place, being part of the community?
Yeah, sure. So just, you know, being able to, if my kids need me, their schools are close by here. Maybe you can cut that out. A bug in my face, sorry.
Yeah, except for your tone like that.
Yeah, just being local to where they go to school here. If I needed to get to them, it would be easy for me to do that. And the fact that it's close by, just, you know, working at Salters here and how comfortable I've gotten is like a true other home to me, away from my home itself.
Did you grow up here?
Actually, I'm a Jersey girl, so I came from Jersey and moved here. The school district was really phenomenal, and that was important to me to make sure the kids are going to a good school. So found a home that was close by and decided to take the move here, and I've been here since 2006.
So your actions speak very loudly. You love this place.
Yes, yep, I love the town, I love the people. I haven't had any issues with where I live, so it's just overall a great town to live in, and a great town to have our business in too. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're involved in all aspects of the community. You live here, you work here, your kids go to school here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this community isn't just, you're not just a part of it, it is you.
Yeah, and there's so much history to Hatfield too. Like just the fact that we're in an old firehouse. I mean, living here and not being part of the company, seeing what this building was, just passing it, it was nothing. It was very dark, dreary. A lot of storage went into this building. And then just seeing what the owner did with this place was phenomenal and amazing. And I feel like he brought back Hatfield, you know, by having this store located here.
So what is the community perception of this business?
I think it's added a light to Hatfield. I know we recently had our grand opening, so I know there's still a lot of people that aren't familiar with us. And I know over time we're going to grow as a company here in this location. But everyone that walks in the door is just amazed what we did with the building here. And overall, the fact that we brought this type of place to Hatfield.
Yeah. I like that. It was nothing and now it's something.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the people you work with?
Well, John.
Don't be super honest here.
For the most part, positive. I think we're all positive people, and we all can laugh and joke and enjoy our job, but also be able to commit to getting work done and doing what we need to do. But we have that time where we can discuss, we can laugh, we have lunch together. Everyone's like a family here. It's like
Guys
we're,
have lunch together?
we don't have lunch really, we have different times. So sometimes we'll sit and have lunch, sometimes I'm working and eating lunch with a sandwich. But overall, we kind of just chat in between. I think everyone here at Salters has like a good relationship with one another, with communication and honesty, and if there's struggles, you know, there's always somebody there to help you. You never feel like you're not going to get an answer.
What would you describe the personality being of Salters, the people that work here?
Personality, I would say very people-friendly. Commitment, I think that's huge here. We tell somebody we're going to do something, we do it. And I love that. I love that we're not, you know, there's always companies that say we're going to do things and then they never commit to it, and it's kind of hung off into the back and forgotten about, to where here what we say is what we mean, and we do it and we accomplish it and we get it done here.
Yeah. Yeah, you made a point of mentioning that a few times. Have you been a part of a culture that was, we say it, but really it's just because that's what we're supposed to do?
Well, you know, I did work part-time. I went to school for nursing, so I did that for a little bit, but it was a bit challenging having 4 kids, juggling school, home, just too much for me. So, but I did work at like a caregiving place, and just seeing how the facility was and that there were things that were spoken about with family members and it just never got done. Whether it was changing the doctor's appointments, you know, we got a few calls from a family member because it was never done. Like, just the company didn't commit to what they said they were going to where here is, if we're going to get something done, we get it done. We don't make excuses or reasons why we can't.
Yeah. Well, you're making a point to bring it up, so it clearly stands out as something that you see here where you don't, it surprised you.
Yeah.
It's not even like a societal norm. You just go, wow, it's just like, care about honoring their word.
Yeah, and then also too, like, just to throw this in there, I was in the company for a year and then COVID hit, so it was like I learned a whole lot, but with COVID I really didn't learn a whole lot. And to be able to go home and take my computer, right, and a phone, and still be able to commit to calling the customer and do my job at home. I mean, just working with this company has made me feel part of something, other than just being a mom of 4 kids.
We'll
So.
get to that. That definitely means a lot to you. That's awesome. I can tell.
Oh yeah, they're my life, so.
Well,
Can you talk about that again? COVID, like working from home and stuff.
Yeah, so, you know, just being, you know, we worked for about a year in the store, and I was training and just getting into knowing the business, and then COVID came about, and here we are, not being able to work in the store. And so I was offered to be able to take a computer home and a phone, and I was like, wow, I've been here for a year in this company, to be able to take this computer home and this phone and work from home, like knowing I have 4 kids that are not in school. So they're running around. I was still able to take a computer and phone home to reach out to a customer and follow up, and not every company does that either. So.
what was that experience like during COVID? Seamless? I mean, what was it like working from
It
home?
was hectic, I'd say. I mean, I was, you know, blessed to still have my job, but you know, school didn't stop, right, for COVID, so I was doing homeschooling on top of my job. So in between, it was challenging, but I was just thankful to be able to have that offer. We still need somebody, Lisa, to answer the phones and help the customer, and I was like, I'm the person, and I did it. So, yeah.
Now you're here.
Damn.
You lived it.
That's just some of the last bar. If it dies, does it take the whole court?
No.
Okay.
Did it die?
No. That just wasn't true.
Okay. Okay. So it's a very employee-friendly job market. If people are skilled, and they have talent, and they're friendly, they can get a job just about anywhere. But you are here, and you've been here for years, even through COVID. what keeps you here?
I would have to say every day when I think about what keeps me, there's days where I get frustrated because some things I'm still learning, learning how to do things here with this business, with venting fireplaces and all that. It's a lot involved in it. So when somebody asks me the questions, well, why do you deal with that? Why don't you just go somewhere else? And I'd say my idea that first comes to my mind are the people and the company and who makes us Salters is why I stay here.
Boom.
It's personable. I mean, you can go to anywhere else and have more than 100 people employed at the company, and you're just another person. So if you walk away, they're going to replace you. Here, it's very different. I feel like we grow relationships here as well as jobs.
What does it mean to you as a person that you're working at a place that you get to expand your relationships? It's not just, oh, hi, Steve, and on your way.
It's interesting because I get to see some people that started around the same time as I have. We watch each other grow, and we're growing with the business at the same time. So it's very personable to me. And it keeps me wanting to come in every day and learn more and figure out more. And if I don't understand something, I'm going to take the time to look for it, because that's how much it means to me working here.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy too. Like I said, I have my bad days, but I think we all have those
Everyone
days,
does.
right? I mean,
Yeah. That's not life without that.
right. So.
Excellent. Okay. Okay. When you're working with a client, try to explain the emotion that you get when they appreciate what you have done for them. What does that appreciation feel like? Because you are helping people.
Yeah, it's a very excited feeling when someone walks away and they're like, thank you so much. You took the time out to explain to us everything that we need to know. And then sometimes they come in and say, we've gone to so many other places and nobody else has explained that to us. It's amazing. We should have came here first. That's a good feeling. That makes me feel like I did my job and I went the extra to explain to them what we do here. And overall, it makes us who we are here, and I think that's what Salters is. We're honest. We're upfront.
Amen, sister.
Yeah.
Tell me about your family.
Family. Well, so I do have a fiance, and I was married. So young mother at 21. So my oldest son was from my first marriage, and my fiance I'm with now. I have 3 other children with. So. He actually works local to the Hatfield as well. He works over at Penn Color, which is right down the street here. So we like the fact that we both work in the same town. And my kids they're always busy. I got a 5-year-old that's always moving. And yeah, my girls, they're busy in cheerleading. So
Names, tell me about them.
So my
Their
first,
personalities.
my older son, he's 17, and his name is Shaden. So he's very into sneakers. He likes to dress. I mean, he's got matching tops with shoes, and he always looks great, and he always smells good, and he works at a cologne outlet, and that's who he is, personality, very outgoing. He reminds me a lot of myself, but he's the male version. I'm a social butterfly. I'm very outgoing. I get along with anybody, never hold grudges. Going on to my other daughter, she's 14. She's a cheerleader over here at North Penn, Penfield Middle School. So she's very focused. She has 6 guinea pigs. I have a huge family and lots of animals. So I'll start with that. I grew up on a farm. So here I did have chickens until the township told me I wasn't allowed to have them. And I was very sad to get rid of them. But other than that, I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 ferrets, 6 guinea pigs, a rabbit, a cockatiel. I have a pond in the backyard with lots of koi. And I also have an inside fish tank with lots of fish. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but yes, we love our animals. During COVID, we gained 2 more. Just because the kids were kind of lost without being around friends and dark times. So why not add a few more furry friends, in my opinion. But So Savannah, she's the one that has 6 guinea pigs, and she loves her guinea pigs. Summer, she has the rabbit and the cockatiel. She goes to school at A.M. Culp. Her personality is she's an artist. She loves to draw and sing. That's in my background. I love drawing. I love oil painting, and I love singing. So it's funny, they each have a piece of who I am. And then my 5-year-old, his name is George. So my fiance's name is also George, so he's a junior. He doesn't go to school, so I have my mother-in-law watches him home, but he's always moving, always busy. I'm trying to do something at home, and he's right under my arm. You know, I always hit him in the head with my elbow because he's at elbow height. So, yep.
How much pride does that bring you that you have all these children, your fiance, and your animals?
Yeah, well, my grandmother had 6 kids. So I always said to myself, I want a huge family. I really think it's important. Holidays, things like that, you have all these siblings, and all the kids are at one table, and all the adults are at another, and it's just a great time of gathering. So I grew up that way, and I always said I want a big family like my grandmother, and I love cooking meals. I invite neighbors, family, and I'll cook the whole dinner. I'll have like 3 turkeys and all kinds of food, and we just have a great time. And I love helping others. And sad thing in school that happened. One of my daughter's friends, her parents separated, and her one parent didn't have enough means to be able to have a dinner. So I made up a dinner for her whole family and brought it to their home for the holiday. And it just made me feel good seeing that they can enjoy a nice meal on a holiday and not feel like that they couldn't enjoy it. So.
What does your family morning routine look like?
Busy. Very busy. We wake up 6 o'clock in the morning. So the kids get showered and ready for school. Meanwhile, I'm cooking breakfast for all of them. And, whether it's eggs or pancakes, whatever it is, I make them breakfast, sit them at the table, they eat. Meanwhile, they're eating, I jump in the shower and get myself started for the day and out on time so I can see them off on their bus in the morning.
Okay,
So.
and then from there?
Then from there, when they get off on the bus, I'll pack my lunch and head on to work.
Okay, what time do you get to work?
9:45 is when we come in. So routine here is we open up the store, turn some fireplaces on, open up the front door, normal opening procedure here. And then, from the time I start working until the time I leave, it's phone calls, follow-ups, just doing our job all day. And honestly, I like working here because it keeps me going. It's just, there's always never any downtime at this job either. And I like that. I mean, some jobs where you're working just to work, so your shift's over and you just go home. But here it's like I find myself going into overtime or staying a little bit later because I need to get this out to this customer,
Accomplishing something. What about when you get home? What's the routine when you get home?
Some days I have my daughter's cheer games. So as soon as I leave here, I'll go right to her game and just, the guys are home, they'll figure out dinner themselves, and I'll just go to cheer and eat there and then come home. So we get home about 8. That's probably like 2 nights a week. Other than that, I go home and I'll prep dinner ahead of time, so I have the meals all planned out for the week. So we have dinner, clean up, whether or not anyone wants to shower, and then it's bedtime.
Hit the pillow, snooze time.
Exactly.
Do it all again? Okay.
Hard to commit to movies, with a hectic schedule. I love watching TV, but it's so hard for me. I feel like I never have time for it.
What's your favorite movie?
The Notebook.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling's a beast.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love the director, Noah Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
He also writes books. I think
Yes.
some of his stories and his output on his movies, I think, are great. I just love everything about them. So you have to be familiar. You have this, yeah.
Gotta love them feel-good stories.
Yes. And the fact that there's some truth behind it, right? Because there's some truth behind a couple of those movies he made, so.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that he does is based on a true story. So, what would your kids' family say that you do for a living? Like, if I were to ask them, what would they say that you do?
If you ask the little ones, my mom helps people put fireplaces in. If you ask the older ones, it's like, My mom's creating warmth in somebody's house. When they're cold, she helps them. And when they want to cook, she sells them a grill. Yes, yeah. And they are, and they'll tell their friends, like, my mom works at that store, you know, like, so, you know, they're telling their friends who we are here. There was a parent that actually didn't know that they were from Solderton. They didn't know we were here. And when she said that I worked here at Salters, she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was a place. I need to, you know, I want to go visit that place. So, you know, word of mouth for my kids telling people that we're here too.
Our actions say a lot to our children, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
What we do.
Mm-hmm.
What are your actions communicating that you love your job and they see what you do as a good thing? What are you communicating to that generation, to your kids?
You know, make sure when you're looking for a career, you know, that you just don't choose something because it's available. Explore your options. You want to do something in your life that's going to make you feel good, and not only you, but it's going to make the other person that you're working with feel well. The customer, whoever you're working with. Just don't get a job to work the job. You want to be sure that it's a long term and it's something that you're comfortable and you're happy doing, or you're going to not be happy with what you chose.
Is this advice you ever give to them?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. We talk. I mean, they're all over the place right now with what they want to do, but
They're so young.
they're so young. My daughter just wants to be a cheerleader, and I'm like, well, I guess we can make that a career. But I was like, you know, let's wait till, you know, go to college or, you know, figure things out. She loves a farm. She wants to be a farmer, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. But yeah, just showing them a good example, you know, that where I work, I'm happy working there. I enjoy going to work. You know, I don't complain about it when I go home. If anything, I'm still at home, like opening my folders at home and going through all my jobs and organizing them and making sure that I call this customer and I set up this site inspection, and just going over all of my jobs that I have to be sure I'm doing everything that on a timely, reasonable time for it.
Dreading what you do for a living is the worst thing, and I did that for too long.
I often heard my father say a lot, oh, I can't stand this job. Like, he worked at a bakery, you know, and then he was a security officer, so he'd always come home and complain about what he does. And I never understood, well, why do you do it, right? Like, why do you work at a job that you're not comfortable, that doesn't make you feel good about it? Why? And, you know, why not find something that you're going to be passionate about, that you're going to be coming home and saying, I had a great day today, you know, and I can't wait to go tomorrow because I need to finish what I left. It means a lot to me here working here. I'd probably say that's another one of the things why I enjoy working here too, because it just keeps me wanting to put one foot in front of the other, and I'm wanting to learn about more product. And if I wasn't happy here and I wasn't content here, for one, I probably wouldn't do this video. But two, yeah, I just, you know, I like everything about my job.
Amazing. That was really good. That was really, really good. Excellent. Is there a difference between pride and passion to you?
Yeah, I'd say anybody can have pride, but you shouldn't have too much pride, right? I mean, I feel like you can have pride, but if you show too much of your pride, sometimes people use it the wrong way. When you have passion, when you're passionate about something, you can see the type of work compared to someone who doesn't have passion in what they're doing. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but when you're passionate about something, you add more detail. You go a little bit further. You do extra more. To where someone who doesn't have passion, they're just doing the job to get it done and walking away.
I love that. Yeah. And I like when people talk in abstract sentences as well.
Yeah.
Because it means something to everyone else.
It is
Where
hot
do you-
in here. I mean, are you
Sorry,
guys?
you a little warm?
Yeah.
Are you like, do you want to like...
I'm okay, but I just, sometimes when I get too hot, my ear gets red, so I don't want that to be.
You don't seem to be sweating or anything?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you seem to be... And we only have like a few more.
Okay.
Handful more or so. So where are you when you're not at work? Like, where can you be found? Where's like a place that you go when you're not home, not at work?
I'd probably say Jersey. My old stomping grounds. I love the ocean, so any chance I can get, I'm right there on the beach. My dad lives a block away from the ocean, so it's easy to just kind of spend a weekend with him or spend some time and go down and walk the boards or, you know, walk the dog down there. But That's like I miss it. Grew up there, I never realized how important it was to be at the shore. And then I move away and I'm like, my gosh, it's like a vacation going one day. So that's where I find myself when I'm able to get there.
Well, I personally think it's really interesting that, you know, you move here, you stay here, you know, your kids are here, like it's a small place, I mean, it's a small community, and it's like built on people like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All small communities are. What is that? What is that like? That you are this community.
I think it's great. I will say, since I lived here, there's probably so many places I don't even know that exist here because I'm honestly so involved with committing to the job and being involved with my children that I haven't explored all of like outside of Hatfield. We've gone places, but there's some places you think I would know of. Like, I've never gone to the King of Prussia Mall, and I know that's kind of silly, but
Strange.
I'm very small town girl. Like, I just kind of stay in this town. I go a little bit out, but we had a Montgomery Mall, so that was the mall I went to, and it was, again, close to home, and it worked for me. You go to King of Prussia with traffic and everything else, like, it's just more hectic than it is enjoyable with 4 kids.
What is the most charming thing of Hatfield? About Hatfield?
I'd say all of the brick in Hatfield. I don't know if you noticed, but every road has a brick house, and I think that's pretty great.
Fair enough. It is cool. I like that colonial look.
Yes.
John, is there anything that you want to cover?
No, this is going very well.
So my last question, I always ask everyone this, even if I meet them at a bar. You can interpret this question however you like.
Sure.
What is important in life?
Being happy, right? My family. The fact that I have a great job. And my mind went blank.
Why are those things so important to you? You know, there's some people that have a family and they'll never talk about their kids ever. You can't even ask them a question that they avoid it. You know, they want to talk about the quarterback that threw for 400 yards.
I don't even know that exists. Like, I feel like it's part of my vocabulary. Like, I talk about them so much. I'm like, are you telling me that nobody throws their kids in that? That's unheard of for me.
Whoops. Where do you think that comes from? Your sense of pride for your family and like why these are the most fundamental aspects of what is life?
I don't know. I give life to these little people, and I need to be there for them. So even if it's things I'm uncomfortable with, I still take time out to be able to be their mom.